Sarah checked into the Hollow Creek Inn on a gray October afternoon, looking for a quiet weekend away from the city. The old Victorian building sat alone at the end of a gravel road, surrounded by dead trees that creaked in the wind. The owner, a thin man named Mr. Vance, greeted her with a smile that didn't reach his eyes. He showed her to room 13 at the end of the long hallway, mentioning that most guests preferred the front rooms. Something about the way he said it made Sarah's stomach tighten, but she shook it off as fatigue from the drive. That night, Sarah couldn't sleep. The floorboards in the old inn groaned with every sound, and she kept hearing footsteps in the hallway, slow, deliberate steps that would stop right outside her door. When she peered through the peephole, no one was there. She told herself it was the old building settling, but when she checked the lock on her door, she noticed something strange, a tiny scratch on the wood, as if someone had been testing it with a knife. Her heart pounded as she pushed the heavy dresser in front of the door. The next morning, Sarah demanded answers. Mr. Vance insisted the inn was full. No other guests had checked in. She asked about the footsteps, and his smile flickered for just a moment before he blamed the old pipes. That afternoon, exploring the third-floor restricted area she'd been told, Sarah found a door hidden behind a loose piece of wallpaper. Behind it, a narrow staircase spiraled down into darkness. Her phone's flashlight revealed handprints on the walls, smear marks that looked recent. The staircase led directly to a passage that opened behind her room's closet. That night, Sarah barely closed her eyes. Around 3 a.m., she heard the familiar creak of the hidden door opening in her closet. A sliver of light crept across her floor. She pretended to sleep, heart hammering, as footsteps quietly crossed the room and stopped beside her bed. She felt warm breath on her face. She screamed, leaping up and grabbing the bedside lamp, but the room was empty. The closet door stood open, revealing only darkness. Mr. Vance appeared moments later, claiming he'd been checking on her. His clothes were disheveled, his breathing uneven. Sarah bolted from the inn without her bags, driving until dawn in her rearview mirror, certain she saw headlights following miles behind. Sarah never went back to Hollow Creek Inn. She filed a police report, but when investigators arrived, they found no hidden passages, no Mr. Vance, no inn at all. The address led to an empty lot where an old building had burned down 15 years prior. The investigators thought she'd invented the whole thing. But Sarah knows the truth. Every night she checks her locks twice. She never sleeps with her back to the door. And sometimes, when she's home alone, she swears she catches the scent of old wood and lavender, Mr. Vance's cologne drifting through her apartment, though he's supposedly never been inside. Some doors, once opened, can never truly be closed.